Hello and welcome back to Speak English Easy. I'm Sarah, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. If you've been wondering how to improve your English speaking skills quickly and effectively, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful techniques for developing natural English pronunciation and fluency. It's called shadowing practice. Now, before we jump in, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt frustrated because you understand English perfectly when you read or listen, but when it comes to speaking, the words just don't flow naturally? Maybe you know exactly what you want to say, but your mouth can't keep up with your mind? Don't worry, you're not alone. Thousands of English learners face this same challenge every single day. But here's the amazing news. Shadowing practice can bridge that gap between understanding and speaking fluently. What exactly is shadowing? Shadowing is like being someone's echo. You listen to native speech and immediately repeat what you hear, trying to match the rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation as closely as possible. Think of it as vocal training for your English muscles. So grab a comfortable seat, maybe some water, and let's transform your speaking skills together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Before we start practicing, let me explain why shadowing is so incredibly effective for English learners. First, it trains your mouth muscles. Just like going to the gym builds your physical strength, shadowing builds your speaking muscles. Your tongue, lips, and jaw learn to move in the specific ways needed for clear English pronunciation. Second, it develops your listening skills. When you shadow, you're not just hearing English. You're actively processing the sounds, stress patterns, and rhythm. This makes you a much better listener overall. Third, it builds your confidence. The more you practice speaking, even if you're just repeating, the more comfortable you become with using your voice in English. It's like breaking down the invisible wall between thinking in English and speaking in English. And finally, it's incredibly convenient. You can shadow anywhere, while walking, during your commute, or right here at home. No textbooks, no complicated grammar rules, just you, your voice, and some quality English input. Now, here's how we'll structure today's practice. We'll start with simple, everyday phrases, the kind you use constantly in real conversations. Then, we'll move to slightly longer sentences with more complex vocabulary. Finally, we'll practice some natural conversational expressions that will make you sound more fluent and native-like. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Even if you can only catch 70% of what I'm saying, that's fantastic. You're training your brain and mouth to work together more effectively. Ready to give it a try? Let's start with our first set of phrases. All right, here's how this works. I'll say a phrase clearly and slowly. Then, I'll pause for 3 seconds. That's your time to repeat exactly what you heard. Try to match my tone, my rhythm, and my pronunciation. Don't worry about being perfect. Just give it your best effort. Let's start. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? I'm doing really well, thanks. What are your plans for today? I need to finish my work. Great job! Let's continue with some more. The weather looks beautiful today. Would you like some coffee? That sounds like a great idea. I completely agree with you. Let me think about that. Excellent! You're doing fantastic. Let's try a few more everyday expressions. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? No problem at all. Thanks so much for your help. You're absolutely welcome. Have a wonderful day. Amazing work. I can already feel the energy and effort you're putting into this. Your English muscles are getting stronger with every single repetition. Now let's level up just a little bit. These sentences are slightly longer and include some more interesting vocabulary. Remember, focus on the rhythm and flow, not just individual words. I've been learning English for about 2 years now. Speaking practice is definitely the most challenging part, but I'm starting to feel more confident every day. Yesterday, I had a great conversation with my neighbor. She complimented me on how much I've improved. Wonderful! Let's continue. I'm planning to take an English proficiency test next month. My goal is to score well enough for university admission. Consistent practice has made such a huge difference. I wish I had started shadowing practice much earlier. Now I recommend it to all my friends who are learning English. You're doing incredibly well. Let's try some expressions that show opinions and feelings. I find English pronunciation quite challenging sometimes. However, I'm determined to keep practicing regularly. The most important thing is to never give up. Every small improvement is worth celebrating. I'm proud of how far I've come already. Brilliant. You're really getting the hang of this. I can sense your confidence growing with each sentence. Now for our final challenge. These are the kinds of natural expressions that native speakers use in everyday conversations. They might seem tricky at first, but they'll make your English sound much more fluent and natural. To be honest, I wasn't sure about this at first, but now I can see it's really making a difference. The thing is, consistency matters more than perfection. I mean, even 5 minutes a day can be incredibly effective. What I've realized is that speaking practice builds confidence. Excellent! Let's continue with some more natural expressions. Actually, I think shadowing is one of the best techniques. It's not just about repeating words, it's about feeling the rhythm. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Honestly, I wish someone had taught me this method years ago. It would have saved me so much time and frustration. And finally, let's end with some motivational expressions. The key is to be patient with yourself during the learning process. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. You're making progress even when you don't feel like it. Keep showing up, keep practicing, and you will see results. Your future self will thank you for the effort you're putting in today. Wow! You've just completed an intensive 15-minute shadowing session, and I am genuinely impressed with your dedication. You practiced over 40 different phrases and sentences, working on everything from basic greetings to advanced conversational expressions. But here's what I want you to remember. This is just the beginning. The magic of shadowing happens through consistent practice. It's not about doing it perfectly once. It's about doing it regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Here are my top 3 tips for continuing your shadowing practice. First, start small but be consistent. 5 minutes every day is infinitely better than 1 hour once a week. Your brain needs regular exposure to build those neural pathways for English speaking. Second, don't worry about mistakes. Every time you stumble over a word or miss a beat, you're learning. Your brain is making adjustments and improvements. Embrace the process. Third, record yourself occasionally. You don't have to share it with anyone, but listening to your own progress can be incredibly motivating. You'll be amazed at how much you improve over time. If you found today's practice helpful, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Share your experience, ask questions, or let me know what kind of shadowing practice you'd like to see next. And don't forget to subscribe to Speak English Easy for more practical English learning content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. Before you go, I want to leave you with this thought. Every moment you spend practicing English is an investment in your future self. The conversations you'll have, the opportunities you'll discover, the confidence you'll build. It all starts with practices like the one you just completed. So keep going, keep practicing, and remember, you're not just learning English, you're opening doors to a whole new world of possibilities. Until next time, this is Speak English Easy, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep speaking, keep growing, and keep making English easy.